what's the future really going to be? It seems like it's VR and AR. Okay, let's pivot the entire ship and commit to that future.
Huge move.
Just the whole thing.
Yeah.
And we have enough money to pour into this that even if you're not really sure, if you're a skeptic, if you're on the edges, we'll pour money into whatever you were, hesitant about to make it good enough for it to be the future. And then when we have this like foundation of the internet 2.0, which is this metaverse that they're imagining people spend lots of time in, then Apple can't screw them over, or Google can't take the upper hand because they sell all the ads. It'll be the Facebook-dominated thing. And that would suck because one company dominating the entire internet and having control over the whole foundation of what we're all doing online is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
But that's their vision. That's their competitive
so
future.
they've been limited now, and they're like, let's get ahead of this so that they can't limit us.
I think
in the
they see the trajectory of Facebook.com going like this.
Yeah.
And they have infinite dollars to just look for the next thing and fully commit to it.
And what do you think of that bet?
I think it's really interesting. So I've seen some really cool demos of like things that work really well. There's the Quest Pro headset that I got to try, which is like, it has this pass-through mode and it'll track your computer and you're paired to your computer. So you put it on and it still shows you your entire environment, but then your computer on the desk, 3 more monitors will pop out of it and you get to use it just like a normal computer.
Wild.
And like the tech, it's a little bit glitchy, it's a little buggy, it's not the sharpest thing in the world, but like this idea of like, I have 3 monitors in front of me on the train, wherever I want to go, just bring the headset with me is like, I get why they think that's the future. And they're going to pour billions and billions of dollars into that until it's great.
Sorry, real quick. I have one, I don't want to call it like a criticism, but one thing I noticed, I got the goggles, right? My wife and I have them.
The Quest?
This is,
just one of the VR headsets?
I think it was...
You have Oculus, I think.
The Oculus Quest, yeah. Man, now the Meta Quest, because they bought them too.
Right. And my wife hated it. I'm loving it. I'm watching like climbing videos. It's me and Alex Honnold, and I'm just looking down. I'm like, it's terrifying, whatever. But what an interesting thing happened, which is different than like watching a TV or a basketball game and zoning out, or like playing video games and kind of zoning out. It completely isolates you from your partner. The goggles do.
Yeah.
And I think that there's a hiccup there that they're not noticing, which is you can have a headset on playing Call of Duty and your wife's over there, but you can still talk about what you need to do that day and the things you need to go get. And do you like this outfit? Do you like this? Should we go here? Once those fucking goggles go on, you're in a different world, literally, and that's the point. But it's there's gonna be friction relationship-wise.
So there's
the idea of the metaverse. We're all putting on headsets and we're in there together.
But if she doesn't buy in to climbing with Alex Honnold, like me, or surfing at Jaws with Shane Dorian and Kyleni, if she's in doing her thing, right? Now we're not in the world together and we're not spending that like time together. Couples do this a lot where it's like, we're doing something together, we might not be talking. And I think that there's gonna be some friction with that. They have to figure that out.
So there's two things I keep saying, which is VR and AR. VR, virtual reality, is you put the headset on and you're immersed in a different world, which is what you're talking about. AR, a little bit different, is taking the reality around you and augmenting it a little bit. Augmented reality. Add a screen to the wall. Add the weather in front of you.
This is what you're talking about, the 2 other screens.
Yes. So right now in 2022, the tech that we have is you putting a big-ass headset on and being isolated from the world. I think Meta's idea is if we put enough money into this, it miniaturizes over and over and over again. It's got cameras, it's got sensors. Suddenly it looks like I'm just wearing glasses. I see the whole world, but I also get the VR experience. The AR experience is everywhere. And maybe that's possible.
So the
someday.
Oculus is like the first cell phone?
Exactly. We look back at that and we're like,
brick.
that is absurd. I don't want to carry this thing everywhere. There's no future to this brick in my car.
But if I'm folding it, throwing it in my jacket.
Suddenly it makes sense.
And imagine whoever, Nokia had been working on the cell phone for 50 years before anybody else started.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it avoidable that Meta takes over the metaverse completely?
So I think there's a couple other companies that have enough money and enough foresight to start to compete. I think everyone expects Apple to have a headset in the next year. I think we're going to see that.
And they're great at hardware.
Apple's great at hardware, and they're great at ecosystem. So you better believe they're worried about, like, everyone who has an iPhone is going to want the Apple headset, not the other headset. And Apple, just like they do with the bubbles, there will be Apple's headset and the others.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
That's a thing you can expect. Google, they've got the money and the tech and the
Brand
software.
protection. Creating other.
Oh, yeah. We talk about this all the time, the ecosystem and the walls that they build, the figurative walls. That's iMessage, FaceTime, all that
charger,
stuff.
right? It's like,
The
do you have an
charger.
Apple charger?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I think there's a couple companies close that are about to do some stuff, but Meta is the one that's like at the top of the mountain yelling about the future that we all see.
Yeah.
So,
but it feels like we're not exactly buying in just yet. I like what you described about just the regular glasses that you put on.
Yeah.
I think that would be really interesting.
Do you think people
partnership with Ray-Ban? Did you see those?
Oh,
it
no.
looks like your normal Wayfarers.
And they just look like, that's cool.
yeah, they're like at both ends of it. There's like the Oculus and there's the Ray-Bans, which is like just a camera.
Yeah.
And they're like, we get this closer to Oculus, we get Oculus closer to this.
Then we're good.
We get something good in the middle.
And do you see people wearing them at all times? Like, how does the regular interaction work outside of like the workspace?
Yeah, I think so. Meta would like us to all just have them on like all day. They want people to work in the metaverse. They want people to collaborate and meet and hang out with friends in the metaverse. And everyone's got their headsets on all the time. You've seen Ready Player One, kind of just like exactly like that.
If that is what you think the future is.
Yeah, that's the future I keep picturing whenever they describe how much time they want us to spend with the headsets on.
Seems dystopian, right?
I think though we still have to think of how much smaller and less immersive the headsets can be. I think we'll get these crazy, weird WALL-E moments where we're like, I don't want to have this headset on all day. This reminds me of a dystopian future I don't like. But if the tech gets good enough and small enough and it is just like you can hit a button on your glasses and it turns on and then it goes away and it's like a cool thing you can have, then people will be more willing to give it a shot and use it sometimes. I think they want us to spend all day in it though.
Yeah, because if you think of your phone time, your screen time is
a lot of screen time.
7, 8, 6 hours, 9 hours a day.
Yeah.
Imagine augmenting it where this is a better reality than what I'm in.
That's why I don't do the Apple Watch. All these guys have the Apple Watch, but
It keeps me off my phone, actually.
Same thing.
Yeah.
does it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Time
Take your phone out less.
Well, but it drops, but you're looking at this all day.
Not all day, just when I get a text. What happens a lot of times when I get a text personally, I look at the text and then, I'm in a wormhole of other things I can look at.
Oh.
This eliminates
And I'll just
that.
check Instagram because it's already open.
That barrier is so much smaller. So if you have the watch on, that's like a barrier. You don't take your phone out of your pocket. I get a text, I check it, I don't reply, it's over.
And then you
Or I
don't
do.
scroll.
And I don't, because if I get the message, I feel the vibration, I take the phone out of my pocket, suddenly I'm
It's
in.
over.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm on TikTok already. Like
Dude,
that's
my
how
wife
easy
this
it
morning
is.
asked me to do a thing for her, right? And she has to do this every single time. She goes, Andrew, could you ask about that thing? I take out my phone, and then 30 seconds later, she goes, did you ask about the thing? And I'm on like Brazzers or something. I'm like, yeah, I'm asking about it immediately. But it's so true.
You're in a
get sucked
wormhole now.
Yeah. It is, and I didn't notice how sucked in I was without even realizing like how secondary the movements were until I put the time limit things on.
Oh, my gosh.
And I knew that it was limited,
Yeah.
but my thumb would just naturally go and click on the icon. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
My thumb just has a mind of its own.
It's not my fault.
You like memorize exactly where the icons are on your home screen. And it's just there. And you don't even think about it.
Yeah.
There's these folding phones now, these flip phones, where
Yeah.
it's like that little extra barrier of like, there's a screen on the outside, but then you open it and it's the whole phone. So you don't open it, but you get the text and you see it on the outside, and then you just dismiss it and don't open the phone. Because the second you open the phone, you're in.
It's over.
It's in.
And was that their idea? They want to reduce the amount of time?
I don't think
or-
that's the primary. I think it's just a cool tech. That's one of the things I noticed when using a folding phone is I started using my phone less, or at least wasting time hours in less.
So how do you do less phone time? How do you get caught or stop yourself from getting caught up in the scroll?
Personally?
Yeah.
My goal, my only thing that I've started doing like a few months ago is I start my day without my phone. So I think it's easy to just endlessly scroll, and then I get like existential about it and I zoom out and I just like see myself on the couch just like doing nothing. That sucks. So I like getting out of bed, feet on the ground, start the day without touching the phone.
Yeah.
My watch wakes me up actually. It just like taps me on the wrist and I just go, all right, time to get up. Because as soon as I like take the phone off, hit the alarm, stop button, suddenly I'm right where I was going to be with this. Mm-hmm. So that's my thing that I think works kind of well. It's really hard at night to like, because I want to get through all my notifications and emails and everything before I put it down.
Yeah.
And so I'm like sitting in bed, finishing up, and then suddenly I'm scrolling and I forgot that I was just about to sleep.
Yeah.
That part sucks. But that's what I try.
How long in the morning without the phone?
Just till I get downstairs to like start my day.
Can I ask if you had to guess your average screen time? Because it's easy to say, it's part of my job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do that. My job
That's
not
our
even...
bullshit excuse to ourselves.
Yeah.
Well,
No, I know
I work
my-
on the internet.
Yeah. No, it's a lot. It's like 7 hours a day.
Yeah.
It has to be.
Do you think? I know when Google Glass launched, and also with the Ray-Bans, like the biggest thing for me was like, it's one thing to tap into a virtual world. It's another thing to be pointing a camera at someone else's face. And I think like, get the fuck out of my face.
Yo.
And that camera is the thing that I think a lot of people, that'll be the big pushback.
Yo, that's a great point. How it affects social interactions when people constantly think that they're being recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make me incredibly uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was and Google Glass was 2012.
Yeah,
Think about
remember that?
cameras on your face in 2012. Like that had no shot. Had no shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was in college at the time, and I even had a pair of them, and I was like, all right, time to give this, possible future a shot. And I'm like, I walk into class with this on, I'm like, I hate myself.
Everyone else hated you too.
Yeah.
But think about like the fight videos and stuff. Like we'd have so many good videos.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? That clip was brought to you by Rocket Money, okay? This is the personal finance app that allows you to manage subscriptions, lower bills, build a custom budget, and grow your savings all in one place. That's right. They're canceling unwanted subscriptions for you safely and securely. You don't even got to call up a company. They got your back. They're lowering your bills. They're literally negotiating your bills for you. All you got to do is send them a picture of the bill, tap a button, and they got your back, and monitoring your credit card score, and much more. So if you're ready to save some money, go to rocketmoney.com/flagrant or click the link in the description below to get started for free or unlock even more features with premium. That's rocketmoney.com/flagrant to get started for free. Click the link in below.